This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we'll get there in a minute, cause we'll get there in a minute. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute.
What's going on? Back again. We'll get there in a minute. Season 2, episode 9. You know what I mean? Got Kev Fan over there, Big Turb, Money Making Sesh. You know what I mean? I'm coming out with a new nickname myself, man. Trev Armstrong. Been heavy on the bike, man. So you know what I mean? Catch me on Tour de France. And shout out to our guy, man, Mr. Wilson Tech, Willie Fresh Productions on the ones and twos, man, holding it down. Also look out for us. We coming to iTunes and SoundCloud hopefully this week, man. So y'all can provide into your cars and get a nice vibe, man. How's everybody doing though? What's the word? What's going on there? We living.
Same shit, different day.
There you go, man. Same shit. Kev, how we doing, man?
Good, man. Grinding, you know. Getting the mind right, body right.
Okay.
Doing what I gotta
Ready
do.
for war. Man, Bleak is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's going on, DZ? Where we going? What's the name today?
Huh?
What's the name today?
Man, it's just Big Turbo this week, man.
Okay, just
You know
Big
what I
Turbo.
mean? It's just Big Turbo this week, man. I've been feeling real nimble. I mean, I don't know if it means anything, but you know, the time in which it took me to run from my mailbox back up the driveway,
Okay.
I might be ready for the combine, man. I'm just out there, man.
4.5? 4.5?
I mean, right now it's low 4.6, probably like 4.62 if I had to guess.
I'm gonna hold
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
No,
Well,
man, that was a quiet.
That may need me, huh?
That was a weird flex, but okay.
That was a big flex.
What, running
Driveway 40 yards.
4.6?
40 yards down the driveway?
Down the driveway. It's crazy.
No doubt.
Wait. So I'm flexing, but in pre-production, you were eating potato bread as a kid.
Hey, that's not a flex. That's just that's just your grandparents living down south that have a good taste, you know.
So potato bread was affordable to everybody back in the day. That's a TBT. Can we do a poll on how many people had not just potato buns during the cookouts? Everybody, I'm talking the slice potato bread to make peanut butter and jelly on.
That makes it different. That makes it different
It's a
because
lot
it's sliced.
different.
But okay.
I didn't know that was a thing till I got to Maine. Like you know what I mean? If it wasn't 2 for $4, it wasn't in my house.
I still actually didn't know there's potato bread besides the hamburger joints and the hot dog rolls. I'm still confused. I've never seen slices of just potato bread.
You want to know how I
fried
knew?
chicken, bro? Did
Julie
they
got
ever
cursed
see y'all
out
bread fried chicken or like when y'all get fried fish at the
You put white bread.
Yeah, it's white bread, dogs.
Come with white bread, homie.
White bread, dogs. White bread and hot sauce, baby.
Yeah.
potato bread, baby?
What spot comes with potato bread?
All the soul food spots give you potato bread.
Son grew up outside of Baltimore, man. I need a check. Man, you gonna stop claiming Baltimore? Nah. You and Jeezy need to cut the shit. Y'all ain't born when y'all say y'all was born, man. Y'all was just visiting.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that though. I've always white bread. The fish always comes with white bread. That's a staple.
Yes.
White
Kev,
bread,
what you summarizing on the white bread, potato bread debacle, Kev?
I had it in the house occasionally growing up, so I'm partial. I didn't know about the buns and the other things until I got a little older.
So my son is eating high quality bread and put jelly in a cereal. The fuck be going on?
Ho. Let's do this poll. When the fuck did potato bread become high quality bread?
High quality.
I was thinking that too.
That's the real question right there. Is
potato
bread high quality bread or is Wonder Bread just super trash?
No, I mean it is
Come on. We're not gonna go here.
Anything besides white bread is high quality, essentially.
That's black wealth. Huh? That's black wealth. You eating potato bread, bro.
Yeah.
Especially at a fish fry. That's
crazy.
That's wealth.
That's nuts. Whatever place you was going in Baltimore.
We've already established that y'all grew up different. We already established that.
There's
Y'all
no
eat
point
crunchy
just adding
peanut butter, man.
potato bread
That's-
on the side.
You can only eat crunchy peanut butter with Wonder Bread. It's the only thing that just should be allowed to eat
Hold
crunchy
up.
peanut butter. So yeah, we established y'all grew up different. Eggs on your ramen, all kinds of shit. We know.
Nothing wrong with it, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, man. But word.
Listen, this is how you know they were just badass little kids. They just really in the pre-pro. These niggas were gonna try to break up like it was a normal thing to eat your ramen without cooking it at all. Like this was just like an average thing. Like you ain't never do that? Yeah, I did it, but that wasn't like the go-to.
I mean, yo, the block is jumping right now. Block is jumping. It's crazy. Tag is going on. It's everybody's out. Whatever the case may be, right? Summertime. You know what I mean? Ladies is out, everything, right? It's cool. You can't miss anything. As soon as you go in the house, oh, you miss so and so getting it in. You can't miss those seconds right there because you don't know what's going to happen. You need to get the right now, the minute, everything up to date. So you got to run in, go in, take it, come back out, eat it like chips.
Why not just get a bag of chips?
Bro, we don't just got small bags of chips around the crib, man. You can't just take a whole bag of chips.
He did.
The corner store.
You know he did.
25 cents, champ. Y'all ain't had 25 cents? Y'all grew up that rough?
Nah, we had. But,
Come on, y'all gotta stop this poor shit, man.
But not stop. But not.
it,
No. We had the delis. It's just that you got to go even further when we're talking about actually not missing anything on the block.
My man, DZ just became Slim Turbo. He had snacks on deck. Come on, man. Stop it, man. Y'all gonna stop it. You hit the corner store before you started playing. You had the candies on the sideline. You had the Huggies on the sideline.
Because you always have choices when you hit the corner store too. Because it's like you got to either get snacks throughout the day or did you get the breakfast sandwich?
See?
Okay. So y'all had as kids, you had the option of breakfast sandwiches, but you didn't have potato bread. There's some holes in y'all stories, man.
What do you
There's
mean?
some holes in y'all stories.
From the deli. You probably start the day off
saying.
like $3. See what they saying.
Yeah.
I don't pick up what you're putting down.
Come on, fam. It's
You had $3 to spend
You
as a
start the
kid?
day with X amount, and you got to figure out how you're going to
In
delineate.
those times, we didn't spend $3 on breakfast sandwich. It was like $1.39 or something like
But
that.
I'm saying you start the day with $3 though, so you got to make
Oh,
sure that
yeah.
$3
Oh, yeah.
Nah, I started the day with $1. You go to the corner store with $1. You make it stretch.
Yeah, we made it stretch. That was it. We eat breakfast until whenever we get. That's why we eat.
You said you started the day with $3, man. Y'all gotta make up your stories, man.
We made it stretch.
You made the $3 stretch, or you made the dollar stretch?
It was like $2 at the time. A sandwich at the time.
All right, man.
$2.50
$2,
depending on if you got the
okay.
Hungry
Yeah,
Man.
put a drink with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
could have got you a whole loaf of potato bread with that.
It was not $2 back in the day.
Just
Potato
saying.
bread
I'm just
deli.
listen, man. I'm just pulling out the logic in the stories, man.
So we can't
what I'm here for.
have shit. What you saying? We can't have no luxuries. Like we can't have a breakfast sandwich on the weekend. Like that's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is you can't cry broke saying you grew up rough and about potato bread when you getting breakfast sandwiches.
But that's the hood.
That's
It's
a New
poor
York
money's
staple.
management. That's the hood.
Huh?
You can get a sandwich on every corner in New York.
You feel me?
You can get what?
You can get a sandwich on every corner in New York. That's a staple. You can get
That's
a bacon, egg,
everywhere.
and cheese.
That's not just New York. It's just everybody wasn't you weren't just getting breakfast sandwiches, bro. That wasn't like something. When I went to the corner store, that was never like a thing. Like, bro, we gonna get this breakfast sandwich. Nah, cause you get.
Y'all shit was ass compared to ours. Our shit's is staples, man.
Chill,
You go to the spot, hey,
Baltimore got the
make a
best
bacon,
food.
egg, and cheese.
Everybody knows Baltimore has the best food.
Not best breakfast sandwiches.
You're not gonna say I got the best bodegas, bro.
Thank you, man.
Talk to him, Kev.
We got corner stores, champ. I said best food. Don't see.
One specific thing right now. You're gonna go with food. We giving you specifics.
You had the best food. You had the best crab, maybe Maryland.
Best food. Period.
That's it.
Best
Crab.
food.
You ain't had the best breakfast. You ain't had the best pizza. So
You ain't had
like
the best bagels.
already up top, we slam dunk.
All
You
right.
ain't had the best Jamaican food.
Damn sure I ain't had that.
Come on, man.
My Zoe here tell you ain't had the best Haitian food.
So you
Talk that
guys had
shit,
the
Kev.
cultural food because you had all the cultures. I'm talking about food in general. Just food.
What we name?
This guy is crazy. Just food.
Just food. We just named food.
Not cultural, just food.
Just food. Chicken, fried chicken and stuff. We was talking about the hood. Y'all went to breakfast sandwich? Huh?
Hell, you claiming the best fried chicken?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna get into we're gonna move on from that way. Man, in the best fried chicken. It's clear Baltimore don't got nothing but Drew Hill. But anyway.
Okay, we see. All right, okay, we got to take it here. Listen, to all the users, everybody watching. I went on my theory before. So every day, just about, I'll post something in the group of NY taking L's. Just constantly taking L's, and I gotta keep them humble because everybody feels like NY is the mecca of everything, and y'all been taking L's for a long time. So I just gotta point them out to my brethren, as the only person from anywhere below the Mason-Dixon. I gotta let them know like it ain't all rays of sunshine. You feel me? Over in New York, the city that never sleeps need to take a nap.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you like that. Well played. Well played. Well, we got some new music out, man. The boy Drake has dropped a little 3-track, Scary Hours 2. I thought it was absolutely, Drake, man, when he wants, he's scary. What would y'all take on it? That's all before we get into where we see Drake at. But what y'all think about the little three joint he dropped?
It was amazing. It was amazing. It's typical Drake stuff. The 3-pack. The only thing is, it just makes me wonder, like, when is the album coming?
Yeah.
Is it like coming like next week? Is it another month from now? Because wasn't it supposed to drop last month? That's the part that worries me. But I appreciate it though. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah. We even have Kev, man, who's new to the Apple Music scene, I think. So he's coming in the chat with new music and lines. He gave us some lines. It was crazy. First of all, how's Apple Music treating you, Kev?
I'm with Tidal right now, but it's cool. It's,
with the brothers, man.
I might jump ship once that sale go official though.
The sale already happened. It's done.
Yeah. But
it's majority share. He still got some share, Kev. You can stay over at Tidal, bro.
Well, how's streaming music doing for you, Kev?
It's going well, man. I can't say that it's something I missed out on for a little too long. But you know what I realized though, because I did my research. Pandora is actually owned by Apple now, so it's all connected in a way. So Pandora pretty much provides similar services to Apple Music. I'm just saying, this is what I was using before I jumped the Tidal. I had to make my way over.
Well, shout out to the Pandora users.
Yeah, shout out.
Shout out my grandma.
We already established I'm an old soul, bro.
But I think you can admit that the new streaming services are better than Pandora. With all your research that is bought by Apple, I think you know what I mean. It's good to see you on the new music, man. We appreciate that.
It's a beautiful thing, man. I've been missing out for a bit too long.
Yeah, just like you thought Tiny Desk was alternative music. It's great. It's always a wonderful thing, man. You always bless us with your.
We'll get there, man. We'll get there.
But your facts, opinions, or opinion facts, but it's a beautiful thing.
Stand on that ledge, Kev.
Yeah, but what you think about Drake, man? What you think? You should have gave us more. The 3-pack. What's the verge on it, man? What you thinking about it? Das Boot.
I think he. I don't know if he asked permission, but I think he's taking a lot of pages out of the Kendrick handbook, man. I think Kendrick, before his project comes, you'll see him with some random tracks, and the way Drake slapped Rick Ross on that Lemon Pepper, man, he letting you know I'm coming with it because he went crazy. And it was just that one track where he just decided, I'm just going to go crazy. And that's what Kendrick does. When Kendrick's dropping, he's either going to get on the track and eat somebody, or he's just going to get on the track and just trash every rapper.
I don't really think he slapped around Ross. Drake went longer. Drake does have a great way of making a 5-minute song feel like 2 minutes when he's going. I'll give him that. I can't really say. I tell you what, when I hear Ross on a beat like that and Drake, man, it makes me want to get a drop top, and I can't afford one of those, man. I feel like I made it already. But that they put you in the zone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Drake definitely left Earth on Lemon Pepper. There's no doubt about it. But I think it's time we got to talk, man. Where do we rank Drake? Where do we rank him, man? Amongst this is gonna be a tough. We're gonna get a lot of feedback of bad and negative or good. There's a lot of Drake hate and there's a lot of Drake love. I've never really. It's not an in between person on this.
He's top 3 and he's not 3.
Ooh, so
Say that again.
He's top 3, but he's not 3.
What is he?
Number 2.
And what do we talk when we say top? When we're asking where we're putting Drake, we're saying like
Don't matter.
it does matter. It matters a lot, bro. It matters a lot.
amongst the rap elite, songs, artists, all of it. That's amongst like all of it to make the complete rapper.
Okay.
What Drake has done, where do we have to put him in the game, right?
Yep. Hold 1, Drake 2.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's tough for me. That's tough for me putting Drake there, bro.
He's in the top 10.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's top 5. He's definitely top 5. He's definitely top 5. I just don't. I'm very partial to Kendrick, bro.
I love Kendrick myself, but Kendrick got to drop.
Yeah.
No, he don't.
He does.
He don't. If every time you dropping nothing but flames, like just like out of this world.
I know what they're saying though. In order to stay relevant, you do have to drop. Like you do have to be. Like you have to drop something every year in order to stay somewhat relevant.
Yeah, consistency goes into artistry.
So much music. Like you've proven to me that there's so much music out there that is just you'll get lost in the wash.
I think that's why Kendrick is so great, is that the fact that he doesn't have to drop music and he's always going to be relevant just because his music just touches your soul in a different kind of way. He's dropping like actual albums. I don't think Drake is doing it. Drake is dropping music. He great music at that, but it's just not. It's a different feeling. When I think about music, I think about feelings and the feelings that I feel. So it's tough for me with Drake on that. Though Drake does hit that sometimes with some of his songs and all that shit, but it's just not as he drops so much to the point that it's I already know what Drake is. It's like almost like the polar opposites. Like Drake drops so much music and it's so great every time that it's like, all right, he has to be in that top 5. And Kendrick is so great because he doesn't drop a lot of music, but when it does drop, it's like everybody stops what they're doing. Everybody know where they were when they heard a Kendrick album.
Okay. So let me put it in perspective for you, because this is where I used to go back and forth with Jay-Z and Nas. Drake puts out so much music, right? Everything is fire. Kendrick drops, every 3 years? So let's say you working on music for 3 years. You make 20 songs. Mm-hmm. He sits down with Top Dog and picks the 12 best songs out of all the songs he spent 3 years creating. Mm-hmm. Why in those 3 years, Drake has probably made 50 songs.
Okay.
So it's easier to make a classic. You take your time with it and you pick the best out of all of the shit you created than it is to just consistently drop music, consistently feature, and drop consistent albums every single year.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Just think about it mathematically.
But this is you can't just it's still music. You can't like just bring in math because you got to take into consideration that he's not there. He's not, like you just said. It's like it's not relevant. And if those 20 songs miss because you haven't been around for the last 3 years, then you aren't even in the conversation anymore. You're taking a risk by not putting out music like that much when everybody else is doing it.
Is it harder to be consistently great like Drake is?
Yes.
Or is it harder to disappear and then always jump on the scene and have to be great in that one shot?
I think both of them, I think they're almost equally as difficult.
Yes, okay.
That's why I say it's tough for me to just say Drake is number 2.
I think because and it's like Mans is not just in rap. Mans is in like 4 different genres. I said Mans for a reason. He's going to London. He's doing soca. He's doing, Jamaican. He's literally in everybody's space, just on top. Like, yo, I'm just gonna prove I can just kill everything. Like that's like Magic Johnson playing every single spot on the floor. Like, yo, it don't matter where you put me. I'm me. Let's go. Like, let's lace it up. You know what I mean? Like, that is very hard to do.
Absolutely.
And a question. And I'm not saying Kendrick is the underdog, but it seems like we always root for the person that
He is.
almost that less is more theory, because in society we've shown, whether it's sports or whatever, we get so used to greatness that we almost diminish it. It's like Aaron Rodgers effect, right? He's been doing it for so long, right? So we just get used to it, like it becomes average. But when you really put it, that's not average to do it on that scale for that long, for that hard. You know what I mean? But I think we get, LeBron James, he's in an MVP race every year, right? But there's always some critique or criticism, or it becomes average. Like greatness turns into average when you are great so long. And I think we have to I think it's harder to be consistently great. I do. Like to be in that space all the time and occupy to the point where, like you said, you know what you're going to get and you know it's going to be great. That's tough to do.
So where you putting Drake?
That's a great question. We're going to go to Kev first, man. Go to Kev. Go to Kev.
I'd say Drake. What?
What's your top 5, Kev?
Top 5, no particular order. Y'all always put me on the spot. I'll go.
Eminem, Eminem 1. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll go M. No particular order. M, Hove, Nas, Tupac, and to me, it's like a split 3. Cole, Kendrick, and Drake. You could, and like in no particular order, you could put any one of them in that 5 spot. So that's what I'm gonna go with that. That's why I said for artists that I would listen to and I enjoy. And then Big is somewhere in that top 10 for sure. Big, Jada, and I'd probably throw in. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Where am I gonna put Drake, man? He's probably the toughest person. He's tough, but I think
Before you answer this, is it because of the ghostwriting shit that makes it hard for you to say what you're gonna say next?
No.
Okay.
Nah.
Part of it is, but going back to what we said before, when you make that much music, it's no way that somebody's not gonna say like they had a hand in something that you made because you got a hook from them or you got like a flow from them. You have to have some assistance to be doing something like that. And either way, you putting out that much music and all of this, vast majority of it is hot.
Yeah.
It is. You got to throw that out the window. At some
honestly, I don't know where I put Drake, man. But I just know he occupies somewhere 2 through 5. Right? I could see him at 2.
The worst answer I've ever heard in my life. 2 through 5. Politics. Go ahead and give him a number, man.
I'm gonna help you out. I don't think I gave my order.
I'm gonna give him 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him 3, and I kind of want to give him the 2 spot.
Okay.
I do. I kind of want to give him the 2. But I'm holding on.
What you holding on to?
I'm holding on to Nas at the 2 spot.
Ooh, yeah, that's the thing, man. We'll give Nas enough credit, bro. I didn't give, especially when I was a kid, bro. I didn't give Nas enough credit, bro. I was raised so heavily on Jay-Z, I didn't give Nas enough credit. And then once I went back to Nas, I was like, wow, this is great. But he lost me with Nostradamus. I'm not even gonna hold you.
And that's where Nas has the classics that, yeah.
No one wants to admit it. I'm telling you, it's because it's the thing you're not supposed to say. Like, he's dropped a lot of trash, and people don't want to admit that. Like Son is the opposite of Kendrick. Like, Kendrick drops, everything's fire. Nas takes time, comes back, and some of that shit is just mid. But because he's Nas, you're not supposed to say that. No disrespect to the God. Like I love Nas, and people think I shit on him, but you got to be truthful. If you're gonna be honest about every single other artist, you have to be honest. Like,
but I think
he's got away with a lot of bullshit.
you're bringing up a great point though. Is that he's working on projects for X amount of years. So the sound that he's working on at this point in time may not be the sound that hits when the album actually drops. So that's why sometimes it doesn't always, I feel like, hit the way that it's supposed to.
Whose fault is that?
I'm just saying, like, you're bringing up the reason why it may not be as valid when it drops.
Whose fault is that?
That's why.
Y'all forget that Pusha T, Jay-Z, and whatchamacallit is 50 years old. Like, I don't want to hear his shit is outdated because he didn't drop it on time. Like, no, there are 50-year-old killers out there. There's Royce the 5'9", who I believe is 50. Like, there are a lot of 50-year-olds out there snapping. Like, I don't give a shit about Nas not being with the times. Then fucking retire. Retire then. You got a lot of business shit going on. Like, just don't do it. Just to do it. Because you're Nas.
You like Khalees?
King Disease wasn't bad.
Huh?
King's Disease wasn't bad now.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. Like, it was mid-tier. And we would kill a lot of people for that mid shit. We would kill a lot of people.
But it was a good album, I thought.
It was good.
I gotta go back and listen now.
Thank you. It was good. Like, you're gonna be like, yeah, all right, yeah, Nas is, you know what I mean? Like, but you're not like, whew, yeah, let me replay that. When's the last time you played that shit?
A few weeks ago. I still got it downloaded on my phone.
Trey, when's the last time you played that?
I don't know. I'm gonna give you honest answer. Yeah. I mean, I think it's Hov, and it's nobody close.
Thank you.
I don't think anybody's close to Hov, man. And even when he go ahead, Sesh. You go Kendrick.
Kendrick's close, bro.
Come on, Sesh.
I think Kendrick's close.
You gotta put down the bias. Kendrick is not close.
You need to put whatever else he got with that.
Let me not say he's close. I mean, he's the closest to Nas. I mean, to Jay in my opinion.
If anything, the closest to Hov is Drake. From stardom, right? You got to count that.
I'm just talking about music.
I know you don't also get it. I'm not saying that's a big piece when you're talking about the totality of everything that comes with it. You know what I mean? And then Drake can rap. We know he can rap. He can go in different genres, and he can relate to many different people in all avenues. There's nothing he can't do. It's just like, you know, he's just not the toughest dude. But he says that he's not. Like, you know, like, but he's
I understand what you're saying, but my top. I got him 3.
So who's 2?
Kendrick.
So Drake 3, Kendrick 2, and who's 1?
Jay. And then Nas. And then Big.
Who's 5?
Big. Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of New York rappers in there, huh?
I like New York rap, bro. That's what I was raised on.
Oh, you was you?
Yeah. We didn't have many rappers. We just had we had legendary singers, you know.
Facts. You know, they got that. I changed my tune. Man. I've apologized. I was wrong. Interesting. Well, I know a lot of people gonna give us a lot of hate about where we rank Drake, because there's people that just refuse to accept that Drake is up there. Like, that's the truth, man. Like, that dude is up there, man. It's scary what he's doing, and he continues to do it. Speaking of music, Bruno Mars, Anderson .Paak, man, dropping something that could be. It's giving us the first song is giving us something that it could be a legendary feel. I don't want to be too early on that, but this is scary right now. This is definitely a scary duo. They can go down if they keep this. I mean, we'll see, but it's scary right now. What y'all thinking on the Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak, man?
It's gonna be a classic. It feels like it's gonna be a classic.
That's calling it a classic already. I don't want to do it, but I could see it happening.
With Bootsy Collins hosting the joint? Come on, man. It's a whole vibe, bro. It's a whole vibe. I'm patiently waiting. Well, I can't even say patiently. I want that shit now. I thought the album was dropping this week.
Kev, what you thinking? Kev,
I think we're too quick to throw out all these terms like legendary, classic. I'm a little more reserved. I do feel like the energy is dynamic and it's something that can get to that point. Mm-hmm. But I'm a wait and see kind of guy. Like I think there is the potential for it, but I'll wait.
I respect that answer. I respect that.
Nah, fuck that, man. Nah, man.
I
Nah,
respect
man. Y'all
that.
niggas killed me for this. Y'all niggas killed me for this. We on a podcast. Well, I don't know if it's gonna be that. I have to wait and see. Like all the indefinites, man. It's a podcast. It's gonna be a classic, or you think it's gonna be trash. We all know we all know it's some in between here. We on a podcast, man. Stop with the bullshit.
I'm not going. It's gonna be closer to a classic, but I'm not ready to
Say it's
call
gonna
it
be classic,
legendary or. I'm ready to give it all that yet. Album of the year. I'm not saying all that. I'm
I
just.
didn't say it was album of the year.
That'd
I
be
didn't
out
say
there.
that. But I did call last year, 2020. I said Lil Baby's joint was going to be album of the year. I did say that from the beginning. There was no album better than that. You can't convince me. When I said it early, I called that early. My term was crazy.
Well, I didn't agree with that.
But I wasn't wrong. I think it didn't win album of the year.
I don't think it did.
Or it should have. Somebody
I
won.
don't think
I don't want to hear those
I
shut
don't
ups.
think
That shit
but-
was not album of the year.
Who? Look, My Turn, Little Baby?
Yeah, no.
It should,
You, you really enjoyed it. Don't make it album of the year. When you said it,
It was definitely up there.
He was one of the biggest rappers to blow up from that joint. 2020 was
I
his year.
didn't say it wasn't great. I just said album of the year. No, I do not think so.
It should have. It came in like second for album of the year. I think Cardi B might have won or something.
I don't think, no.
Let me Google this joint, man. You talking
The
crazy?
Grammys haven't come out yet.
That's what I'm saying. We
That's what you're
taking
basing it on.
Grammys for gold. Like what the Grammy says is what we going now.
Nah.
No, that's people. That joint is crazy.
Burden of Proof is the album of the year, in my opinion.
What'd you say?
Burden of Proof was album of the year, in my opinion.
Who dropped that?
Benny. It's my album of the year.
I listened to that album several times.
That album was amazing. But I'm saying this is what I'm going off of because Lil Baby's joint was so far ahead of when that album dropped. Benny's joint, I'm still going Lil Baby because that joint still goes. Both still go. Don't get me wrong. But Lil Baby got the album of the year in 2020. Can't convince me.
Lil Baby's album was so far ahead of what?
Benny the Butcher's joint.
Burden of Proof.
Yes,
I'm not upset. I'm not upset at the Lil Baby album of the year. I ain't upset at that. I enjoyed it.
It was,
Wow.
and speaking of data, looking at the Billboard, was Lil Baby's My Turn finishes 2020 as the most popular album of the year in the U.S.
That's cool.
I'm
So we
just,
going by that. So is Cardi's like the last year before? Like I don't get it. Why are we going on Grammys?
but you're talking like the album went triple platinum.
I didn't say it was trash. I really like the album. I just don't think it's album of the year.
I'm gonna get how a triple album is not talk to triple.
So what's
triple,
album of the year? DZ, talk to me.
triple platinum
That's what I'm
album.
saying. I enjoyed Benny's album more. Of course, I enjoyed Freddie Gibbs more.
Freddie Gibbs is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not just ready to just say Lil Baby. Like, you know what I mean? Gibbs is out here killing shit.
I think it also depends on your taste in music too.
I like all of them. That's what I'm saying. But I'm saying I've called it from the beginning, and I'm just saying I wasn't wrong. So to go to Kev's saying we call things out prematurely, I called that one out pretty early.
Nah, you did enjoy it first.
Cool. We get the hate is crazy. Facts. Album of the year. Yeah. Anywho, what are you willing to call Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak's joint? Since you don't, since you seem to agree with Kev.
Oh, I think it's gonna be really good. I don't think it's gonna be a classic. Like,
Ooh.
I don't think it's gonna be a classic. If I hear it and I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. Cool, but I don't think it's gonna be a classic just because it's two great artists on the track. I've seen that plenty of times and it hasn't been a classic. I've seen Drake and Future and it's arguably a classic, but not yet. So I'm not ready to just call it.
Drake and Future's not a classic.
That's what I'm saying. Arguably, I think it's a classic, but most people argue against it. So
you also think Jay-Z and R. Kelly's joint was a classic?
Best of Both Worlds is classic. Classic.
Yo, why do you say it with such conviction?
Classic.
That album was not classic.
Album of the year 2002.
Best of Both Worlds was not.
What's up?
Classic, bro.
I'll
man.
say this: the album would have done a lot better
If it was better.
if he didn't have some shit going on right
Thank
around
you.
the
That's
same
all
time.
it was
No,
nasty.
It wasn't
Dad.
dope. There
got
was a
caught
few
doing
tracks
nasty
on there. I
shit.
can't lie. I was still bumping. But
What albums came out in 2002? I love the album. I'm not saying it wasn't, but I just don't.
Shit came out no too. Do you
Mm.
Googles? Do you Googles? But I'm telling you, everybody had that Rockaware suit and white Nikes, man.
But
Everybody had that below
We're not about
suit.
to call Best of Both Worlds a classic. That was not a classic.
It's a classic.
It's a good album.
It was a good
You know
album.
you got a body, yaddy, yaddy. Yo, that took over the whole summer.
That's one
Nothing else
song.
was
You
played
can't
all
name
summer.
any other songs
I had
off
like
that
3
album.
copies of that bootleg though. Yeah,
Thank
I can't
you. You had more than one. That's what I'm saying. You gotta have more than one.
Bam.
I can't
Everybody always names that one song.
Yep, sit just like honey. That was mad shit. Somebody's girl is at this party. Yo,
Shit.
yo, yo.
It may come
That
out in
shit was
2000.
fire, bro.
I'm trying to see what other albums came out at that time. I think.
That wasn't the worst. I mean, that wasn't the best.
I'm telling you, you're gonna be looking like, yo. Just look at the track list. You're gonna be like, yo.
You can't even remember the track list off that joint.
I just sang like 4 songs, bro. You want me to go through the whole joint?
It's like one song with 8. Like,
Song don't let these streets get the best of you. Oh, snapped on that shit. Yo. I could keep going, man. I ain't even reading off the shit.
The Blueprint 2 come out in 2002? Huh?
Oh, did it?
Yeah, Blueprint 2 came out in November 2002.
Oh, then I
bro,
digress. I digress.
this track list is not. I don't listen to none of these songs. No,
So Hov got 2 classics that year, huh?
no, he didn't. Best of Both Worlds is not a
Wait.
classic. We're not going there.
Man, definitely gold. He got 2 classics in a year. Like,
That's crazy.
So we also got
Come Home
another
With Me
debate
came
that we
out in
had this morning.
2002.
What'd you say, Tash?
Come Home With Me came out in 2002.
oh, did it?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff came out in 2000. We're just gonna brush by.
Yeah.
For us, it was not that good that we think. It was 2 songs that was a club with. Other than that, no,
This is nuts.
ridiculous.
This is
Anywho,
nuts. You
yeah,
running out of ramen noodles and you ain't listening to Body Yaddy Yaddy?
I listened to
The
that
original
song.
Body Yaddy?
You gonna listen to 2 songs I listened. I was listening to them with you.
I know. That's why I know you enjoyed them because
No,
you was
I-
with
I-
me.
Those 2 songs, not the album. I can enjoy the songs off an album and not enjoy the entire album. That doesn't make it a classic because you listen to the same song. If there were streaming services, we just would have had the 2 songs downloaded, not the album.
Yeah. I was a little dirty nigga that wore that suit every week.
Terrible, man. Terrible.
I used to have a white polish with my white Air Forces because I wore them so much.
Yeah. Yeah, that little white paint.
Yeah.
with the sponge on the end.
Sponge on it, yo.
Yo, I was killing them every Friday. Like, yeah. Powder
That shit look
rock
brand
away,
new.
suit, white Nike.
Don't step in the puddle, nigga. Don't step in the puddle.
Yeah, crazy, dog. Crazy era.
Oh,
What a
man.
time. What a time to be alive. But yeah, Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak debate came up today, obviously, because that's all we'd like to do is debate. Seth said Bruno Mars is the copycat king, essentially. Am I playing with your words, Sesh?
I'll take it.
He called this man a glorified wedding singer. I thought that was disrespectful. That shit was.
I called him the GOAT wedding.
It seemed like Kev got some heat for you for this
That
one.
was aggressive. He straight said he pretty much saying he does everything okay, but he's not great.
That's not. I never said that. See, that's the part right there where we start mixing up words and shit. I never said that. I called Bruno Mars great. I said he does everything good. But it just sounds like somebody else's shit. It just sounds like a different era. Nothing of his sounds original. And I understand that
But it's
everybody has
still,
an
okay,
inspiration.
I get
But
the era. I get that he's using the influence from a different era and like kind of leaning into that swag a bit more. But that doesn't mean that it's not his swag, his style. He's still imparting his own thing onto it.
what part is his own thing?
Yeah, explain
I feel like other artists have done this. Like Justin Timberlake has done this. Chris Brown has done it. There's other artists that
We
go
didn't
to
ask you for a list of who else did it. We asking you to explain the
No,
swagger he put himself.
He's it's his suave, his smooth, his I don't know, bro. He does his own thing, bro. He adds in some more instruments. He's bringing back a sound. So yes, I
say that
understand
then, bro.
to an older sound, but it's something that
Absolutely, he's definitely bringing back a sound. He's bringing back the sound by doing the sound over. It's not like nothing. Nothing is new to it. You can't compare what.
Instruments with him.
Yeah, like what the,
all right, okay, so
added some cymbals in the back.
My nigga came with a guitar.
so hold on.
Done before.
So he's bringing back. Okay, so what makes Anderson .Paak more interesting than other artists?
First off, his sound off rip. You've never heard anybody sound like that.
He has a unique sound. He's like a.
I understand that, but he's also
playing the drums and rapping and singing. Nobody does that.
It's like he's doing more with live instruments. Yes, he has his own unique sound. He's not like biting or using other styles from the past, but he's also going back to something that was more popular in the past, using live instruments. Yes, it's his own style, but it's still back to a way that music was done before. I'm not saying anything crazy.
What are you saying? Oh, are you saying Bruno Mars?
No, I'm saying Anderson .Paak is going back to using instrumentals and like music, like instruments, the way it was done in the past. Yes, it's his own style, but he's still going back to the way that music was done previously. So
you can say that about every great artist.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's plenty of people who do that, Kev.
So why are we knocking Bruno
Why
Mars?
are we not talking about
better
Bruno
than everybody else?
Okay.
Because Bruno Mars does not put any spin on it. It's just that sound just very good. It's just he does that sound. He makes other people's the other sounds. Like when he did the whole New Jack Swing, it sounded exactly like the New Jack Swing. It made you feel good because somebody was putting out New Jack Swing music. It wasn't like New Jack Swing and you were like, whoa, Bruno Mars just did something totally different to the New Jack Swing. Nah, it was the New Jack Swing in 2018.
But who else was doing that though?
No one. I'm not saying anybody was. I'm not. I like Bruno Mars. He doesn't hold my attention. After the album comes out, I listen to it twice and I never listen to it again. Because if I want to listen to New Jack Swing, I go listen to Teddy Riley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so his first two albums, they don't have any tracks that you go back to and listen to?
No.
Okay.
It's not my Serato. But I definitely go back and listen to Yes Lord all the time. It's one of my favorite albums. And it has an old feel, but when you put him on there, it changes the dynamic a little bit. I think
Interesting. Well, we're gonna see what the album comes out with. You know, we got different styles, but I think it's gonna be good for both.
I think this conversation is very disrespectful to the Weeknd. Y'all talking about Bruno and Anderson being the top dogs, man. Don't act like the Weeknd sleep.
They're not.
Huh?
They're not.
Okay, we just checking. We can move on.
The Weeknd's supposed to be with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak conversation? I'm confused.
No, I'm just saying he's better.
in what sense?
In what sense? Yeah.
I'm just saying he's better. He doesn't come with his own instruments.
It all depends on who you ask, bro. Because you could say that he's taking a sound like MJ and all those other dudes that did the high pitch, the higher falsetto sounds.
The Weeknd has drastically fallen off.
He hasn't drastically fallen off. He's gone from R&B to mainstream pop.
I don't even know what he's going. I don't know what he's doing anymore.
He's another one. He's using that older sound now. He's tapping into that older style.
He's getting that bag that Bruno's getting. That's all it is.
I don't know. I don't think
Dream did it better with the falsetto sound, but I like the old school.
Like the old school Weeknd.
Balloons and
yeah, that's it.
It was dope.
I don't know what Weeknd's even put out recently.
That's a lie.
I really don't.
You definitely got no Weeknd in here. You're definitely not listening to the Weeknd right now.
I got the Weeknd. Yeah, my kids bump it too.
What song do they got?
Everybody heartless. And I'm heartless. And I'm acting because I'm heartless. Like that shit goes crazy.
Who got I Can't Feel My Face with? Is that Weeknd?
Yeah, that was like a few years ago.
Oh, yeah, nah. Me personally, I'd rather listen to Party Next Door's first joint than The Weeknd.
You saying first joint? I'd rather listen to Weekend's first joint than Party Next Door's first joint.
No, I'd rather listen to any first joint Party Next Door than any verse The Weeknd. The Fun, the Plane Ticket, Come Right, that whole joint over The Weeknd anytime.
That shit was fire. House Balloons is different though.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that Weekend, Party Next, that's a tough one.
I got Party Next Door over The Weeknd.
I got House of Balloons. That's why The Weeknd shit on every Party Next Door release because you know what I mean.
They know Party Next Door is better. Weeknd just got more playing.
He's just getting his Jay-Z on. Like, yo,
I don't get why The Weeknd is in the conversation with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak first.
Because the boy deserves that respect, man.
But that they're stylistically, they're just completely different.
Yeah, nah, they don't. I know you like The Weeknd and all. I ain't gonna give you that one. They don't belong in this conversation, my man. Especially not with Anderson .Paak. Especially not with Bruno Mars, who's made like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
That is the craziest debate out of them
He's
all.
a pop star at this point.
Yeah.
I guess Bruno Mars.
So is Bruno. What are you talking
That's
about?
Bruno
Bruno's
Mars.
He's a
old
pop
now?
star who can bring it back in. Your boy Weeknd can't bring it back in. And
What are you
Bruno Mars is a
talking
pop
about?
star just off actual good music and sound. Weeknd is not. There's a different type of
Bruno's
pop.
100% pop. He's been pop his whole career.
But it's not like
It's exactly like that. Don't
No.
believe me. Just
No.
watch. It's pop. There's nothing R&B about what Bruno does.
I'm definitely listening to The Weeknd before I listen to Bruno Mars. I'm not
Thank
even gonna hold
you.
you.
Thank you. What are we talking about here? Bruno's all pop. Yes.
doesn't make
Wedding
just,
singer. Yes, that wasn't too far off. Like he's literally takes and imitates and does that shit great. Yes. His shit is fire. But
crazy.
it's pop. It's pop.
This is crazy. Kev, you listening to Weeknd before Bruno Mars?
Lately, probably not. To be honest, I haven't listened to the House of what is it?
Balloons.
Yeah, I haven't listened to that in a minute.
This is the guy who you asked is who they listening to first. The guy who just got streaming service.
But in all
last
honesty, if I were to go back to an old iTunes playlist, I probably do have The Weeknd on there more than I do Bruno Mars. So,
I mean, I don't have any, to be honest.
week. Facts.
Like you
I'm
say
not listening to either one of them niggas.
I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think Solange's joint was better than anything that has jumped out.
Which one?
With Cranes in the Sky.
Oh, Cranes in the Sky.
I mean, that album was crazy. But that's neither here or there. That's a whole nother topic for discussion. But we're gonna talk about some sports, man. Get into it, man. All-Star game is coming up. Atlanta's gonna be wild. Jumping back to old Atlanta, man. A lot of dope lineups on the card. Team LeBron versus Team KD. First of all, how do y'all feel with everybody getting a pick? Like the captains get to pick their teams. What's your thought process on that?
I think it's cool. It brings a different dynamic.
Yeah, I think it does. It's something.
Because the whole point of I think the point was brought up that either way, there's no benefit to the East or West, so there's no reason to keep them as East or West. Like in
100%.
baseball, I know that there was a home field advantage in baseball, like when you win the All-Star game.
Yeah.
And there's always bonuses and shit like that. So I think in the NBA, since there wasn't actually anything like that, it makes sense to just switch it up.
So speaking of, what's everybody got, man? It's KD versus LeBron. LeBron has drafted. We'll just go with the starters. Team LeBron, we got Giannis, Steph Curry, Luka, and Nokovic. Did I say that right? Or Joker? Yeah, Djokovic. Versus Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, Kyrie Irving, Kawhi, and Tatum.
I got Team Bron just because I feel like Bron had a little more of a heads up with his selections. He was thinking a bit more forward.
What do you mean about that?
I get
What
Bron.
are you talking about?
I feel like they're gonna play together off rip.
You know what? Now that I look at it, though, I think I might go Team Durant. All-Star game, a lot of dudes that can truly go one-on-one.
I was gonna say it's not. When I looked at the starting lineups, it didn't look that crazy. Like I think the slight edge might be the LeBron, but it's not the same. It's not the same rules. They letting the boys go.
Yeah.
So it's like more like pickup somewhat.
And I think when you get that pickup, That team right there between Beal is scary. Kyrie is a nut. Joel. And then you got Kawhi and baby Jason Tatum, but that boy is cold too. So I think the one-on-one game, is this. I think I'm gonna give the edge to Team Durant. And if Durant was playing, it might not be that close.
This is crazy. So we got LeBron, Giannis, right? Steph Curry, Jokic. And it don't matter who he puts on the court. He can put Ben Simmons, Damian. It don't matter.
He might win by 30.
I don't get where like they don't have to play 1-on-1. They can play zone with that team. I think Jokic and Giannis. Like I don't know.
Why are we sleeping on Joel Embiid, who's MVP frontrunner right now?
That's true. Joel is doing his thing, but I don't know.
Like Joker's got to guard Embiid, right? Then now you got Kawhi for Luka. What are we talking about?
Honestly speaking, I can't remember the last time I actually watched the All-Star game. I always watch the competitions beforehand, like the skills competition, 3-point shootout, whatever. Like, so I got the rundown. If you're trying to pick those, that's going to be interesting. I think the 3-point contest got the best line, one of the better lineups that I've seen in a while now.
Who they got in the 3-point contest, Kev?
Booker, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Curry, Zach LaVine, and Donovan Mitchell.
They kicked Dame out?
I didn't see Dame in there. Maybe he stepped out himself.
He was the first one to say he wanted it.
Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown?
Yeah.
Well, they're out. I mean, Celtics literally need 3-point shooters. Why are they in the 3-point contest?
Yeah, Jaylen Brown being in the 3-point contest is nuts. I don't understand that.
Where's the dude?
I want him to stop shooting 3-point.
Where's the homie from the Heat who could let it go?
Who, Duncan?
Duncan Robinson.
Hero, yeah, Duncan's in there. But I don't know. He's not shooting.
Some from whatchamacallit is the best 3-point shooter right now. What's his name?
I don't know.
Tall white dude.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody wanted to participate.
This is the worst 3-point lineup I think I've seen, Kev.
Listen, I'm pulling off the site, NBA Direct.
Like, Steph Curry is gonna probably take it unless he has a really off night.
It could be Devin. Don't sleep on Book.
Yeah, Devin Booker can shoot.
It's Steph Curry though, man. It's Steph.
And Donovan Mitchell streaking.
I think Book won last year.
I don't remember who won last year.
He went crazy last year.
That's an interesting one. That's I don't know about that.
Dunk contest is only between 3 dudes, and I think it's during the halftime of the All-Star game. So it's gonna be
dunk contest has lost its luster. There's only so much dunks you could do.
Yeah, is it fans? It's no fans, right?
No, it's in Atlanta.
Yes.
I know, but I heard I was listening to something. They were talking as if it was no fans.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Braun made that happen, but he wasn't trying to do it at all.
It's also interesting to me that Ben Simmons made the All-Star team. I don't know why.
Ben is nice.
Yeah,
like 8 points a game.
But his votes, he's on a good team. He's one of the better players, so he's up there.
No.
Listen, I got to say about Ben.
Trey Young should be up there. Like, why ain't he there? Shoot, LaMelo Ball having a better season than freaking Ben Simmons. There's a lot of people you can go. There's a lot of people you could put before Ben Simmons.
LaMelo also hasn't started all season though, so it like he's
still
played better to this point,
which makes it even more. He has better numbers and hasn't been starting.
Yeah, LaMelo's been killing, bro.
You know, I'm just saying, there's a lot of people I think way deserving. Shoot, CJ McCollum, like, why is he like? Come on, what are we talking about? Why is Ben Simmons out there?
Is it because Braun picked him for a team? Is that why he's there?
No, I think it's votes. It's votes, and then you pick off of who you can vote for the team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we're going to get into some more stuff, man. One of the biggest news is J.J. Watt to the Cardinals. Smart or dumb move by Watt. Not that it matters what we think as far as it's a smarter move or not. But what do y'all think? Does that make Arizona a title contender or what?
He should have won. He should have went to Wisconsin, man. He should have brought his ass to Green Bay. his brothers would have made their way over at some point. But it's I think it makes their defense slightly better, but I don't think they were one defender away from being that much better.
I don't know about that.
Also,
They were one defender away from winning a lot of games last season.
I don't think
And
it
Chandler
was.
Jones has been going
is
crazy.
JJ Watt really going to swing their defense
Yes.
that much?
Chandler Jones was going crazy, and now that he has that threat on the other side, it's gonna get nuts. Like there's a lot of teams that couldn't do nothing.
Chandler, they're both aging pass rushers, so I don't know. It's hit or miss. The way that I see it, it could go in their favor, but I feel like they were missing a few other parts on defense. But who else is he throwing the ball to other than D Hop?
He still got Larry going to come back another year, so that's sure.
Did he commit? That was
I'm pretty sure he's going to come back.
That's
Watt's
crazy.
coming back. They got a couple receivers over there. They got some dudes that are doing some things. I just don't know why. I don't know why.
I forgot about
Wait for the
that.
bag.
What'd you say, Sesh?
I forgot they had Adam Jones. Totally forgot about that. I know JJ Watt is aging, but he's still tough to go against one-on-one for anybody. And he got the bag. So
Bag.
yeah. He got
20
20 mil guaranteed for 2 years.
Yeah.
Does that push Arizona to a title contender? I know it's early.
They're definitely a playoff contender. I don't know about title contender.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. They're making the playoffs.
But you're also saying that 20 mil guaranteed for 2 years if he plays 2 years. When was the last time JJ Watt played 2 years in a row?
What are you talking about?
That might be guaranteed. He might got
Yeah,
that.
it's 23 million guaranteed, bro.
Okay, but the point is when has JJ Watt played 2 seasons in a row?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He got guaranteed.
It's guaranteed, Kev. He gets that money. As long as he's alive for 2 years. And in an Arizona uniform.
He got guaranteed. Guaranteed.
So
I can find it.
just a
I
guy.
feel like NFL guarantees are very different than other leagues.
No.
Guaranteed is guaranteed, champ.
Yeah. He's playing for $8 million. That's what he's paying for. He's playing for the extra 8. He's got 23 locked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't. The guarantee is the guarantee. You can't.
But you say that, and then you can get waived the next year. Like so, you
still get there.
But
You're
that's
not waiving him when they still own him.
Yes, Kev. He still gets it. That's why we still had to pay Odell when he left the Giants. We still had to give him his guaranteed money playing in the Browns uniform. Like he still gets that money.
Guaranteed.
Get the money.
okay.
So if he plays longer than that, I think the whole contract is worth a value of $28 million. So that's where he might not make the $28 million, Kev, but he's gonna get that 20.
Oh, you got 31 million.
Oh, 31?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even look at
I was talking about the playoffs. If JJ Watt plays the 2 years, then yes, they'll be better for it. But if they're just paying the money to be in their uniform, then who the hell knows?
Shit,
He
he
has
had like
2 full
23
seasons.
mil. 23 mil guaranteed.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So
Boy, balling.
if he plays, then yeah, they'll be better. But we'll see.
So you just mad that he ain't go to Green Bay?
That too. The cold would have kept him a little healthier, but it's all right, man.
Because
that dry ass desert heat.
They got some of the best like PTs and medicine and doctors over in Arizona, though. Just a fun fact.
I believe it, bro. I believe it.
Just a fun fact, man. And also, man, rumors are Deshaun Watson going around. You got the Finns is one of them. Bears is one of them. What do you see Deshaun Watson's best fit? Or is he going to have to just ride out what they got going on in Houston?
No, cuz said he ain't coming back. I don't care if he's there. I won't play this year. I like that type of energy. I like that type of energy, especially from one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I love it. But if I was choosing out between the two, I would probably say the Bears. Just
and with that being said, you agree, DZ? Bears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all can agree that. But so now, with that being said, if you're the Bears or the Finns on the opposite side, apparently rumors are Tua is not the guy that they are relying on. So now, though, you got people like Dak out there. That's got to be swirling around. Is that something you pick up for cheap? Give Dak his chance and pass up on Deshaun or what? Because Deshaun does come with a price.
Russell's throwing some waves out there too. So you never know. He his agent was like, we don't want to go anywhere, but if we were gonna go anywhere, these are the 4 spots we trying to go.
Yeah, of course.
They're putting some feelers out there in Dallas, Bears, Raiders, and I can't remember the 4th team, but
if you're one of those teams, do you go for Deshaun Watson or do you go for a Dak or Russell Wilson? What would you do?
If Russell's out there, I'm going for Russell. Someone that's played in those games that knows what that time is like, and if you can build the offensive line and team around him, that could be scary. I'm not going to go with someone that hasn't played in those moments, that doesn't know what it's like to bring their team to that point. He should have audibled at the goal line. But again, that's not his call, man. I'm just saying, if you got the chance, you go for Russell just because Russell has played in those moments.
Uh-oh. I see a lot of sideways looks at you right now, Cass.
Just want to let you finish, man.
So.
The correct answer is you go with Deshaun Watson.
There you go.
Okay, why is that the correct answer?
Because he's better than Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Has he made it to the conference championship?
Holy shit.
Has he made it to a Super Bowl?
What does that have to do with him being better?
He may be a better athletic talent, but he's not a better leader for his team at this point in time. He's not a better proven leader.
What?
Russell Wilson has done more with lesser teams in the last couple of years.
What? Do you watch football?
How many times has Deshaun Watson made it to the playoffs?
Bro, look at Houston compared to Seattle. Look who was
Wilson
coaching.
has been beat up. Like
he did not play for Bill O'Brien. I don't care what you say. He did not play for Bill O'Brien. D-Hop is in Arizona. Like, what are you talking about? Deshaun Watson has made miracles happen with nothing.
How often has Russell Wilson had a receiver like DeAndre Hopkins?
He has DK Metcalf, who's
now.
So when are we talking?
Again, Russell Wilson has done more with less for more years, and also
so he had less because he didn't have
D-Hop.
More than less in general, like offensive line.
Okay, he had more and did less this year than Deshaun Watson did. So he had DK Metcalf this year. He had a lot more offensively than Deshaun Watson did, and had
bring this to the
year than Deshaun Watson.
Russell Wilson is the way to go, bro. If you have the choice,
why wouldn't you go for the younger quarterback that's been playing lights out with nothing?
People want to win now.
With nothing. He doesn't have DK Metcalf. Like, he had nothing.
And Kev, to just to go both ways, I see Kev has a good point that he never had a D-Hop, right? But Deshaun Watson has never had the Legion of Boom.
Or Marshawn Lynch.
So you kind
Tyrann Mathieu was young when he played there, but they had a few defenders and like
they never had. Listen, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, my man Sherm, and then Brandon Browner.
Right.
That's
JJ Watt. Like, listen, JJ Watt, Clowney. They had a few good linebackers. But listen, what I'll say is that
you just said JJ doesn't stay healthy, but now you're going back on that now.
Wait, no. When he was an MVP, who was their quarterback? That's the point that I'm making is that like they had pieces. Russell Wilson did more with what he had in what I would say is a more difficult conference overall.
Okay.
So I'm going Russell Wilson.
I'll go as far to say Russell Wilson, his job was more so to manage the game when he was with the Legion of Boom. It was to not lose the game. Deshaun Jackson's job is to win the game. It's all on his shoulders. And if I'm looking at quarterbacks, throwing the ball, being able to create, I'm going Deshaun Watson.
100%.
I said Deshaun Jackson before, but Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, like what?
Ooh.
And I disagree. Like I think you have some good points, but I'm just saying if we know that he is a proven factor in the playoffs and he is known to take games over. Yes, he may be a liability when he goes a little too off cuff, but any of those receivers that add up a bit more have that opportunity to to make one of those errant throws, but I'm going Russell Wilson.
Okay, so once again, you're wrong. 2008 was J.J. Watt's MVP year. Deshaun Watson was not in the league.
Okay. When did Deshaun Watson join the team?
You tell me, since you knew that.
You looked it up, bro. My assumption is that it was within a couple of years.
But you be like
14 or something like that.
confidently assumptions be wild. Like,
So did he not play with a good defense? Like we're saying things like
Deshaun Watson came in 2017.
okay.
So no, he did not come in with the best defense. No, he did not. So he did more with less.
And what's more, not make the playoffs? I don't understand what we're saying.
Wait, why do you keep thinking Deshaun Watson hasn't made the playoffs? He's actually won a game in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Okay, but has he done as much in the playoffs in
He's
his
been in the
like
league for 3 years, bro. Four, I guess.
Jesus Christ. Like, you just keep moving his goalposts. First, he didn't make it. Now he didn't do more. He had a better defense.
Okay, but my point is we're comparing him to Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is a better overall proven quarterback. I'm going with Russell. Like
When
that.
did Russell join the league? When did Russell come in the NFL? You're saying he did more, but he's been in there 3 times as long.
Yeah, bro.
He's been there 3 times
At
as
this
long.
point in
Like, can
time.
Deshaun Watson have time to do that?
If I'm giving out a 3 to 5 year deal, I'm going Russell Wilson.
Why wouldn't you go for the younger guy who's a proven great talent?
With
Because
more
in
upside.
that 3 to 5 years, you can win 3 to 5 championships with someone that has been to several Super Bowls. Like that's
Okay,
that's
so hold on, okay. So what you're saying is your point is off of the Super Bowls. Is that has nothing to do with his ability compared to Deshaun Watson's ability. You're just saying
No.
because he went to the Super Bowl. He's been to the Super Bowl before.
because he knows how to operate in those settings. Yes.
Big moments. Or
Right.
Big games.
So why did
So
the
you have
Bucs
to go.
go
You
with-
have to be
why
in
did the
those big
Bucs go
games
with
to be able
Tom
to
Brady
operate
as
on them.
opposed to why did the Bucs go with Tom Brady as opposed to another good young talent?
Because Tom
Because
Brady is
he's
the
proven in
greatest
those
quarterback of all time, and they had a proven team. They just needed somebody
you're
to
saying
plug in
Russell
to be
Wilson
a
is
leader.
Tom Brady now?
What I'm saying is, if you have the choice, you're going to go with someone that has been proven in those moments.
That
That's
is
the
not
point that I'm
true.
making.
Not
If you're
when
building
you're
a
going
team-
against superior talent. No, you're not.
No, you're not, bro. You're gonna go with the young talent who has been dominant and who's been consistent.
But hasn't made it to the Super Bowl.
What does that have
What
to
does
do?
that have
He's
to
not
do
the
with
only
anything?
factor in them going to the Super Bowl.
But I hear what you're saying. Cam Newton was
Russell-
also dominant, and who else? Okay,
Okay.
when
Cam
Cam
Newton
Newton
went to the
was
Super Bowl,
dominant,
They ain't
yes,
going
and that's
Cam.
what I'm saying. When
Pat
Cam
Mahomes didn't
Newton
have a
was
Super Bowl
dominant,
before he won
what
last
else
year.
on that team? What else do you remember on that team? They had a good linebacker.
Who are you talking about?
When Cam Newton made it to the Super Bowl, what else do you remember about that football team?
They had a great running team.
Yeah, what are you talking
And they had
about?
They ran the ball well and they played good defense. They had a very good defense.
Okay, but Cam Newton was able to do more with that team than another athlete would have, and he made it to that point,
What point
which
are
is
you
why
making?
someone was willing to invest in
I don't
Cam
get that.
Newton.
Lamar
over
Jackson
someone
is doing the
else.
same thing. He just hasn't made it to the big game yet.
My point is that you're going to go with a proven quarterback, someone that has made it to that stage and been able to do it in those moments.
Okay, so
Chuck
why
Mahomes-
did the Chiefs let go of Alex Smith for Mahomes then? And Mahomes won the Super Bowl.
Higher ceiling.
So Deshaun Watson has a higher ceiling, is what we're saying. You
But if
just
you're
said the
looking for
proven
the
quarterback.
if you're looking for the right now, the in the moment, you're going with Russell.
You think
But-
any team doesn't play for right now? You think nobody wants to play Super Bowl?
Oh,
You think they-
Deshaun Watson is better right now. He's
What
better
are
than
you
Russell
talking
Wilson
about?
right this second. Off
What
of
team
last year's
comes into the season like, yo, let's play the season out, and next year we're gonna make something happen? Who plays with that mentality?
Okay, that's a very good question. All right, so I'll pose this question to you: if you are in the playoffs and you are going to start a quarterback, you have
I'm
a good
starting the better
defense,
quarterback.
Are you going to start Russell Wilson over Deshaun? Like, I'm just asking, who are you
I'm
picking?
going
as
to
your
start
starting
I believe
It's
is
not
the
a
better
bad question that he's asking right there.
Huh?
Like, who are you going to go over, Russell Wilson or Deshaun
Okay,
Watson?
so what was Russell's last game in the playoffs? How'd he do?
He looked like some poop.
So then what are you talking about? What
But
are you
again,
talking
look
about?
at the team. Like, if you're putting him in a different situation, you're putting him in a better place with better offensive linemen and a better overall like offensive scheme, which is why he wants to leave Seattle. So if he's in that better situation,
you're way overcomplicating this shit. Like this, like it's like this big, this like this. Everybody put like these moments and shit like on this pedestal. Who's the better fucking football player? Deshaun Watson is a better football player than Russell Wilson is right now.
You know the argument is coming next.
It is what it is.
Ciara. You're gonna take the quarterback that's married to Ciara. Like that's where this conversation was leading because you all over the place.
The Cavs defense, Russell Wilson was in the beginning of the season, was playing on the MVP level.
The first 4 games. Give me a break. First 4 games, and then he fucking plateaued and fell off a cliff.
The conversation would be good if he would have kept doing that. The conversation might be different if he would have did that shit the entire season.
Yeah.
he was running for his life most of the season.
So was Deshaun Watson. And he did better at it. He made them a competitive team. He was the only reason they were competitive.
You can't name one wide receiver on the Houston Texans.
Fuller.
All right, good. Okay.
Fuller was hurt.
That's the only one I know.
He's a number 3 receiver on any team in the league.
What's that?
Will Fuller is a number 2, number 3 receiver on any other team in the league.
That's a good point. Because all he does is run deep routes. But so what I'll say is, I think if you're again looking to win right now, I'm going with Russell Wilson.
Okay.
Agree to disagree.
Ooh-wee. That was I like that one. That was that. Hey, people, tell us what you think on that. Russell Wilson versus Deshaun Watson. That's gonna be that's a good topic right there. I mean, wow. My goodness. So we're gonna finish it up, man. Wrap it up. Stay on football. We talk about it till we're blue in the face, and then we kind of forget about it, and then once again, the ugliness of the coaching world reminds us time and time again of the privilege it is to be, to be honest with you, a white head coach at a dominant college. So what I mean is Les Miles was under investigation in 2013, and that's why he actually got fired in 2016 or 2017, which is crazy in itself by the AD. After the program, he had accusations of inappropriate behavior with female student workers, bringing them to their house, sexual misconduct and abuse, and making them feel uncomfortable. Mind you, with this being said, and the reports are all out, he is still the head coach of Kansas State football. And
I did not know he was still a coach.
Oh, he's still a head coach.
Still coaching.
To make it even to dive into this right now, all the reports came out. I think what happened was at the time during his tenure at LSU, he was banned from texting any women or females on campus as part of, whatever the investigation was going through.
Oh, he was a wild boy.
Wild. And still, with the investigation going on, pending, he's the head football coach still at Kansas right now.
He was able to get another job. So not only did he keep his job, this man was able to go to another place and say, yo, I'm going to start this from scratch. I used to like young girls, but I know better now. Like, what? Listen. The level of shit that's allowed at these institutions, covering up for these pervy-ass old white men, I don't understand why, one, it goes on for as long as it does. But I'm not at all surprised. I feel like more stories like this are going to come out in the next couple of years just because it's not at all surprising. It's more, when's the next head coach going to be like caught up in some shit and still be getting the job on ESPN or one of these other networks or schools. So it's crazy.
I just don't understand why though. I just don't. I can't get that part. Especially with how sensitive and how on edge everybody is about that shit. Like, I don't understand why you would even put yourself in that category to hire somebody like that when there's a bunch of other competent coaches out there without records.
because nobody
And
cared.
you can, and if you wanted to do it for the look, you could hire a black coach, and then be like, and it's less. I just don't understand it.
Nobody
Just don't
cares.
understand it.
Like it's nothing it's overlooked because it's not important to most people. Like it's something that's okay for them to just be like, it's a breeze over. Like, yeah, okay, cool. You got in trouble. It wasn't a public affair. It wasn't something that was drug out through the news. Donors don't know about it. Like it doesn't affect their bottom dollar. They don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck though. Like I don't know why we're surprised. Like Urban Meyer, same shit. Not the same exact instance.
Right.
John Calipari, same shit. Different. Like they don't give a fuck. Like no one cares. No one gives. Like it is what it is. It is what it is. If you're a renowned coach and you fit the description, you are gonna be hired. Like
What Calipari do?
Calipari ruined the fucking Memphis.
Yeah.
And then went to Kentucky, ruined it.
Oh, he was getting niggas. He was getting niggas paid. I'm with that. With that.
But I'm saying, what you call couldn't do it. I can name a bunch of coaches that couldn't do that.
Who?
Name any black coach that can get away with that.
Oh shit.
Well, he technically didn't get away with it. Memphis suffered the charges.
He got away with it. He went to Kentucky.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
getting away with it. I'm out. Peace. Urban Meyer, like, oh shit, that shit crazy. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm going to Ohio State.
Urban Meyer beat a lot of things. So, but and this is interesting too. So at the time this stuff was going on,
Urban Meyer was TK before TK. Sorry, but go ahead.
So they were trying to say there wasn't any records of the student being provided with any notice of her rights, options, or support services.
Oh my God.
So at the time, though, when this is going on, Miles was the highest paid public employee in Louisiana and scheduled to make $4.3 million per year. Just completed his 8th season as a head football coach and was awarded a significant increase in his salary.
Yeah.
Following the incident, the athletic director knew, but told Miles he wasn't allowed to have any contact with the student workers and hired the law firm of Taylor Porter to provide training to all athletic employees on a variety of compliance topics, including sexual harassment.
So they were willing to to educate everyone else because they had one pervy ass coach that was going out of his way.
So now,
Here
we go. Let's get even deeper, fellas. In spite of all the training, February 2013, a second student employee reported inappropriate contact and text messages with Miles to Lewis, who was the AD. The investigation concluded the second student's report of sex discrimination was clearly not handled in a manner consistent with the university policy.
Mans was sending dick pics to children.
I'm not saying what he was sending.
I don't give a fuck. I'm using my imagination.
That's pretty much that's what it boils down to. This man was getting away with freaking child pornography or trying to solicit some shit from some 18 to 20-year-old women, like to be honest. And this man is in his what? Late 30s, early 40s and 50s.
What?
So now it gets even a little deeper.
He's like 60, bro.
So the intern, LSU Chancellor Williams Jenkins, asked Taylor Porter to investigate the allegations with the Seeger's assistance. During the course of the investigation, Taylor Porter learned that numerous athletic department employees indicated that Miles became more involved with many things in the athletic department, including the selection of the student employees.
Yeah, they won a national. When did the investigation start?
Following his team's loss in the 2012 national championship.
See, that's what happened, son.
They covering up this loser.
Yeah, before that they was winning games. They won a national championship in 2007. Won the SEC in 2007 and in 2011, and then 2012 you start losing, and then they just went downhill from there.
Shit is terrible.
Yeah, it's about time to get you up out of here.
And so this is wild. So according to witnesses interviewed by Hush Blackwell, Miles allegedly participated in recruiting and interviewing female student employees and wanted them to have a certain look. According to Hush Blackwell, at least 3 witnesses recall Miles labeling student workers as AM and PM girls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, a designation which Miles also openly gave to a female full-time football operations staff member.
Wow.
Hand picking him,
Wow.
and they let him do it.
That's next level nasty.
Yeah, that's different.
AM and PM girls.
That's a question. If anybody was to talk to him, I would really want to know what does he mean by AM PM.
My assumption would be AM or the. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna make an assumption on that because that's
So,
I'm digging that hole. But I'm gonna leave that alone right there.
and so here this goes. It is our understanding that Miles also entered into a release agreement with Student 2 that Hush Blackwell report stated the terms of which we are not privy to.
So she had to sign a non-disclosure because there's probably more that went on.
Yeah, she
Yep.
got paid.
She got paid.
Yeah,
Good for her.
and my man still got a job. Shout out to Les Miles finessing the system.
Fuck that.
Molest Miles.
Molest Miles. Oh, I like that. I like that, Kev.
It's just wild
that
to
out.
me.
That shit gonna go viral.
It's just wild. That's just a wild thing, man.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
and he's got a job. The reports are coming out since yesterday, going on about this. So I'm interested to see what Kansas is gonna do, if they're gonna do anything.
It's Kansas, bro. He's not a threat to any of those other melanin deficient folk. So I see him holding his job at least for another year.
What my dog Drake say? We're not in Kansas anymore. So it's interesting, man. I don't even know. I don't have any words. I don't have like.
It's a little strange, man. It's a little strange, man. There's a lot of adults out here that ain't in college, man. And you were at the time here at LSU. LSU is Louisiana for the most part.
Yeah.
Like far as like how people look at it and that college, that football team, and that state. I find it hard to believe Les couldn't get him a nice little cougar friend somewhere. Come on, Les.
Well, remember, he's also married.
Yeah.
You know, so there's that. There's that, man. It's wild times. Just do right by the people you're supposed to do, and hopefully we can get rid of this toxicity. Is that a word?
Toxicity.
Toxicity. Okay. In the coaching world of football, because this is Nasty's work, man. We gotta do better. As Seth always says, we gotta do better, and we just wanted to point that out there. You know what I mean? Or anything y'all gonna say to the good people before we wrap this up over here?
Shout out to the good brothers over at Aim Precision, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Shout out to the good brothers over there. They out there doing good work.
Appreciate that. You know, a lot of good work going on. Bigger things are happening. Stay tuned. Kev, what you got to say to the people?
Just take care of your mind and body. Body feel right, your mind will feel better.
Kev, health tip, ladies and gentlemen. So he on his health and mind body kick, man. Deezy, what you got to say to these fine people?
Man, the praises to Lord Jesus, man. I mean, DZ loves you. DZ loves you all. All right, just know that.
Shout out to our guy, Fresh Produce Production, man. Check us out on the YouTubes. Like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend, and we're gonna be on some streaming services soon, man. iTunes, Spotify, shoot, maybe even Pandora for Kev. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, iHeartRadio, we coming.
Frank, and we'll just take a minute.
This ain't the life that we chose, but it's the life that we live in. Know we belong on the top, but we ain't tripping, cause we'll get there in a minute. a minute.